The Workplace Parking Levy is a transport intervention to disincentivise the provision of free commuter parking by employers by placing a modest charge on the provision of those places. Nottingham is a city located in the East Midlands. Although we only have a population of about 324,000, we have about 3 million commuter journeys within 1 hour's journey time of Nottingham. When we were considering our levy, congestion was costing the City of Nottingham £160 million a year. Half of that was borne directly by employers in terms of delays to their supply chains of both goods and people. Nottingham City Council saw the WPL as an opportunity to bring step change improvement in public transport infrastructure to provide high quality, affordable transport. We started to really be serious about the levy when we had permission to extend the tram line into a tram network. So we had to look at what options the city had to raise the local revenue, and fundamentally we came down the levy was the best way for the city to raise its contribution, and we've now got a revenue stream and it's allowing us to do lots of different things with the money to keep Nottingham progressive in terms of its public transport. Without the WPL, we wouldn't have had the resources to be able to bring in investment and deliver the step change transport infrastructure. There's been some marvellous high-level outcomes of the Workplace Parking Levy. It's saved 5,780 tonnes of carbon emission. It's reduced congestion growth by 47%, which is absolutely phenomenal. It's allowing continued investment into the public transport system for Nottingham. It really started and maintained with the political commitment from the very top of the council and all the executive at the time. They were very ambitious for Nottingham. The WPL, even now 11 years on, is hugely contentious, but our politicians never wavered from their commitment. In spite of quite fierce opposition from a number of areas, they were absolutely committed to what they believed in. We remained very positive throughout, and that was important because the WPL is not for the faint-hearted politician. One of the key things is to say what you're going to do with the money it raises. It's almost the cart before the horse. We knew what we wanted to do: the tram extension, the redevelopment of the railway station, the continued support of subsidised buses for those areas that weren't too well served by the commercial bus operators, or the tram network. We wanted to communicate everybody the ambition of the city, and we had a reply for every challenge that we got. If a negative story appeared in the media one day, we would have a brief ready for the portfolio holder or the leader of the council to go and give the councils either rebuttal or clarification. We had a comms team on permanent standby to rebut the massive misinformation that still exists around the Workplace Parking Levy and always get our narrative out there. Whether people agree with it or not, they need to know about it because there is so much noise around the WPL and so much of it is wrong. One of the worst things to do if you develop a levy is not to resource it properly. So we had key project managers, we had specialists as required. We did an awful lot of engagement constantly over a large number of years. We did a lot of surveys of employers' premises to understand what parking provision there might be so we could develop our financial business model. Those people who said the levy would drive people out of Nottingham or drive businesses out of Nottingham and move to our competitor cities, it's absolutely not the case. Academic study has shown that, on the contrary, the levy is proving an incentive for employers to locate or relocate into the city of Nottingham because they can get the skills they need of their workforce, but more importantly, the workforce can get to and from their place of employment. We've collected greater than 99.9% of revenue out of £97 million, which is absolutely startling. And we've done all that without having to take any legal action against any single employer. We've distributed over £1 million in grants for employers to provide sustainable travel options for their employees and reduce their WPL liability. So it's a win-win. The Workplace Parking Levy is extremely flexible and scalable. The legislation is very high level. You have the opportunity to have so many local choices and decisions in terms of scheme development. The Workplace Parking Levy might be one of the solutions you could really consider, and we'd be more than happy for experienced colleagues in Nottingham to advise and guide you so you can make a considered judgment.